the height of Beanie Babies for me, I was like 9, I want to say. And so this is like 1998. And that's like Beanie Baby Christmas for me. That was my, like if 8, the year before was the Barbie Christmas, the following year was the Beanie Baby Christmas for me, where my mom went fucking batshit crazy. It was also very affordable. Beanie Babies were $5 each one. There were, you know, you could walk into a Hallmark, grab a Beanie Baby, and it was not an expensive toy to make. But it was nice to watch that doc. Yes. So my first Beanie Baby, see, I remember my first Beanie Baby, was a gray koala, which I really was into koala bears for a while as a kid. It's because we had gone to the San Diego Zoo and I just like lost my mind for a little bit there. And his name was Mel, named after Mel Gibson. And he had the same birthday as me, September 5th. And so I just was like, yeah, I really liked that. I always wanted there was a Dalmatian that I never got, but I always wanted. And then there was, obviously I had the Princess Diana bear. And then there was like a Millennium bear that they talk about too, that I had that too. And those two were my only two Beanie Babies that they had like little cases.
Oh, you had one of those? Yeah.
Yeah. I had multiple little cases.
Multiple.
I had multiple cases. Yeah.
So what
and then
about
they
the
all
movie,
had
though?
protectors on their tags, you know.
You were that girl.
I was.
I love it.
I was every
the little
girl.
like plastic protector on the tie.
Correct.
Situation. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It was very real for me. So yeah. Okay. So tell me about the movie, because I do want to watch it.
Right, it's good. I think the movie's good. It stars Zach Galifianakis, Elizabeth Banks, Sarah Snook from Succession,
yeah,
and Geraldine Viswanathan.
She plays the girl who built his website, right? She's like the digital, because that's a huge part of the documentary part. Did you know when eBay launched? Did you learn that in the movie? Oh, when eBay launched, that like an absurd amount of it was like 40% of all the business on eBay was people trading Beanie Babies. Like eBay exists because of Beanie Babies.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. No.
Yeah. This secondhand market on the internet was developed because of Beanie Babies.
That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. Well, what was her name in the movie? Maya, Geraldine Viswanathan. Her character, I remember as I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, I remember her. I must have seen her on like a documentary about Beanie Babies or something, because I know that she like begins to run multiple other marketing endeavors and like huge companies. And I think at the end she's like running eBay or I forget what company, but yeah, she's like a huge marketing expert. She was the reason that companies have websites now.
Yes.
She was like, what if we just had a website that was about Beanie Babies? People can go online. And she like, right. And she like crashed the internet. No, but I think that they talked
in the
about
documentary,
it. She actually just said she was going to build it. The whole thing.
No, she like was the marketing behind it, but she convinced Ty. So we give her credit. She was literally a CMO, very young. You know what I mean? Like created the idea, had her brother, who was like a college student in Boston. I think they're in Chicago.
Right.
He comes in and like codes it for her.
Yeah, they touched on that. Yeah, because he was there. I guess now I'm remembering that because they kind of brushed past it.
Yeah,
they brought in her like immigrant parents and how they were like really wanted her to be a doctor and like all this stuff where I was like, I totally relate. That makes a lot of sense. No wonder she's like so successful at a young age. But yeah, it was a good movie because it unpacked what happened with Ty, how he was a complete sociopath, crazy man who like did not allow anyone to get anything they deserved. But at the end of the movie, which I'm not sure if this is how history actually played out, it made me feel like everyone got what they deserved in the end. So I hope that's what happened in history.
Did they show, so who are Sarah Snook and Elizabeth Banks? Who do they play?
They're both two different women who partnered with Ty and possibly dated him. It wasn't very clear. Like Sarah Snook definitely dated him.
Is one of them named Mary Ellen or something? Like
I think that might be one of. So Ty started the business with Elizabeth Banks's character, and she ended up getting cheated out by him. And then later, with Sarah Snook's character, he starts dating her, and she has 2 daughters. And those 2 daughters like drew characters that he would design and wrote poems that would be listed in like the little tags, and like they were part creators of a lot of the Beanie
a lot
Babies
of it,
that
and
they
he
made.
just stole all of
Yeah.
it. Interesting.
Yeah, he
No,
just stole all of it.
I brought up because in the documentary, so I mean, Beanie Babies was this whole subculture, right? Like they had the McDonald's
Right.
toys, and then um, there was magazines and books, and like there was all these like it's like what we see on
People
Etsy,
became
right?
like millionaires off of this shit.
No, he
They
became a
would make
billionaire.
so much more than the owners of the company would make.
Yeah. Well, he became a billionaire, and because
Right.
he like
Because
inflation.
he learned.
He inflated he made people think that this was like something to invest in when they're not, and never
Right.
like controlled the whole supply, much
Right.
like De Beers and diamonds. Look into that. He
But this
controlled
happened because he was watching other people make more money off of Beanie Babies. Like they would start selling them between each other and investing within each other, and he would go, "Oh my gosh, everyone's making more money off of me." But then Maya, Geraldine's character, she would be like, no, this is our life source. Like people trading is good. We don't want to keep making more because that'll make the value go down. And she was just saying all this really obvious stuff, and he was just like an idiot the whole time. So
that's really interesting.
I recommend the movie.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to watch
And
it.
I should watch yours too, the documentary.
The documentary like showed the dark side, right? So like I guess somebody was like murdered over a shipment of Beanie Babies. Like there was an actual murder like that occurred. And then the big thing is that he said all of the Beanie Babies were going to be retired to again like kind of keep the whole thing going. And then that's like everybody started investing, and the secondhand trading got even crazier. And then he after the millennium decided, no, just kidding, we're going to bring them back. So then that's when everybody started to clue in and be like, oh, this is nothing. We just built.
Yeah. This is all just bullshit. The 90s is a lie.
I forget who did I talk to this week, but they made one of I work with some producers, and his name's Jordan. He said that when he saw NFTs happening, he was like, oh, these are just digital Beanie Babies. And I was like, perfect. That actually is a perfect analogy for Beanie Babies.
That's where it is. That's why I didn't get into it, because I knew that once you're not already there, you're not able to catch up. And then you're
it's
just
only
going to be
the
one of the
first couple people who are
lose.
going to make money because it's a pyramid
Right.
scheme. That's
Right.
what that is.
It's all a big lie.
Not that I get offended, but I just like, I keep seeing things that are like, this is a pyramid scheme and this is a pyramid scheme. And I'm like,
yeah,
capitalism is a pyramid scheme. Like it all is.
Everywhere.
So it just like, that's what this system is until we kind of move into a collaborative communal system. It's all a pyramid scheme. So you're not smart. You're just being Aquarian about shit and being like, it's all stupid. Okay, well, fix it, bitch.
Just make art and do what you love and stop consuming that bullshit.
Yeah.